All right, future CPAs, listen up. If you're wrestling with cost accounting right now, think of this as your secret weapon, a major head start for the board exams. We're about to crack the code on service cost allocation with some super simple hacks that are going to help you lock this stuff in your brain for the long haul, right up until the LXCPA. Let's do this. So let's jump right into the big puzzle. In any company, you've got departments that are actually making the products, and then you've got all these other departments that just support them. The real challenge is figuring out a fair way to spread the costs of those support teams. And trust me, if you get this wrong, you could end up thinking a super profitable product is a total loser, or the other way around. It really matters. And yeah, it's a totally fair question to ask. I mean, why should the team on the factory floor have to worry about how much the HR department is spending? Think of it this way. It's like splitting the utility bill when you live with roommates. Everybody uses the electricity and the Wi-Fi, right? But not everyone uses it the same amount. If you don't find a fair way to split that bill, you'll never know the true cost of living in your own room. It's the exact same idea in a business. Without allocating these costs, you have no idea what it truly costs to make your product. Okay, so let's be crystal clear on who our key players are here. On one side, you have your operating departments. Think machining or assembly. These are the folks on the front lines, the ones directly creating the stuff you sell. And then on the other side, you've got the support departments, like plant maintenance or your IT team. They're the ones making sure the whole operation doesn't fall apart. Our entire mission here is to figure out how to get their costs over to the operating side where the products are being made. First up, let's talk about the most straightforward way to do this, the direct method. And the name says it all. It takes the most direct path possible. It's super fast, it's simple, but it gets that speed by being, well, a little blind to what's really going on. So here's the one big rule you have to remember. The direct method takes all the support costs and pushes them only to the operating departments. It completely, 100% ignores any work that support departments do for each other. It basically trades accuracy for simplicity. And here we go. This is your first LECPA retention hack. Seriously, burn this phrase into your brain. With the direct method, support departments directly ignore each other. When you see a problem like this on an exam, that phrase needs to pop right into your head. That's the key to getting it right every single time. And look, this diagram shows you exactly what I mean. Don't worry about all the details, just focus on the arrows. You see how the costs flow from plant maintenance and information systems straight out to the operating departments? The most important thing here is what you don't see. There are 0 arrows going between the two support departments. It's like they've built a wall between them. Let's put some numbers on this with the Sharon Corp example. So Department A has 400 pesos in costs to allocate. Now look, it gives 30% of its help to X and 40% to Y. But it also gives 30% to the other support department, Department B. With the direct method, we just pretend that 30% doesn't exist. Poof, gone. So our new base is just the 30 plus the 40, which is 70. So we allocate 30 over 70 to X and 40 over 70 to Y. That's it. Simple. Okay, but that blind spot, that can be a huge issue, right? Especially when the support departments actually help each other out a lot. And that brings us to method number 2, the step-down method. You might also hear it called the sequential method. It's definitely smarter, it's more accurate, but yeah, it takes a few more steps. Now, this is the absolute game changer. The step-down method is an upgrade because it partially recognizes the services that support departments provide to one another. It's not perfect, but it's a massive leap forward in accuracy compared to the direct method, which just ignores it completely. But wait a second. This creates a whole new problem, doesn't it? If the IT department helps out maintenance and the maintenance team helps out IT, where do you even begin? You can't just have them passing costs back and forth forever. You need a system. You have to decide who goes first. And that system is called the benefits provided ranking. It's actually pretty logical. You just figure out which support department helps out everyone else the most, and that includes both other support teams and the operating departments. Whoever provides the most service overall, they get to allocate their costs first. Then you find the second most helpful, and so on, down the line. Okay, get ready. Here is your second huge LECPA retention hack. For the step-down method, the rule is simple. Step 1 is to rank them. Before you do a single calculation, before you touch a single peso, you have to figure out the order. So many people mess this up on the exam. Don't be one of them. Lock this in. And this visual just perfectly shows why we call it the step method. So in this case, it looks like plant maintenance was ranked number 1. So it takes all its costs and allocates them down to everyone else: information systems, machining, and assembly. Now, here's the key part. Information systems takes its own original costs, adds the chunk it just got from plant maintenance, and then allocates that new, bigger total to the remaining departments. Once plant maintenance has given its costs away, its job is done. The door is closed. It can't get any costs back. It is a one-way street, stepping down. Okay, so we've got 2 methods. One's fast and easy. The other is more complicated, but more accurate. So what? I mean, does it really make that big of a difference in the end? Oh, yeah. Let's look at the showdown and see why this is a huge business decision, not just some boring accounting exercise. Just look at these final numbers from Castleford Engineering. Using this simple, direct method, the machining department gets hit with about $7.6 million in costs. But when we use the more accurate step-down method, that number jumps up to $8.3 million. That is a massive difference. Think about what that changes: how you price your products, who gets a performance bonus, which department gets flagged as being inefficient. Choosing the method isn't just about accounting, it's about strategy. All right, let's pull it all together. This is your game plan, the ultimate summary for your review notes. If there's one slide you screenshot or scribble down from this whole thing, make it this one. This is how you nail these 2 methods on the exam. Let's do a lightning round. Direct method. Its main rule is it ignores services between support departments. Pro, it's fast. Con, it's less accurate. And your hack, directly ignore each other. Okay, step-down method, it partially recognizes those services, but only in a one-way sequence. Pro, way more accurate. Con, it's more complex, and everything depends on getting that ranking right. And the hack? Step 1 is to rank them. That's the whole story right there. So I'll leave you with this question. As a future CPA, the real challenge isn't just knowing how to do the math. It's knowing which method to choose and why. When does the need for precision and accuracy win out over the need for something simple and fast? Answering that is what separates a number cruncher from a real strategic advisor, and that's the kind of thinking that's going to make you stand out. Keep practicing, and I'll see you at the top. Good luck!